2,000 years ago, traders crossed deserts with camels. They carried silk, spices, and ideas between the East and the West. That was the Silk Road, a path of trade, culture, and power. And today, China is building a new version of it, but this time it's global. It runs on steel, concrete, fiber optic cables, and big money. This is the modern Silk Road, and it could shape the future of the entire world. The Silk Road began during China's Han Dynasty around 130 BCE. It connected China to Central Asia, India, the Middle East, and Europe. And it wasn't just about silk. Traders moved gold, glass, spices, tea, and pepper. But they also spread ideas like Buddhism, science, and art. It was more than a trade route. It was a bridge between civilizations. New sea routes made trade faster, empires fell, wars closed borders, and the world moved on. But the memory of the Silk Road remained as a symbol of China's past power and influence. Now, fast forward to 2013 when Chinese President Xi Jinping announced a bold plan, the Belt and Road Initiative, also known as BRI. It's a global development strategy, building railways, roads, ports, pipelines, and more across Asia, Africa, Europe, and beyond. Over 150 countries have joined in. The goal? To create the biggest trade network the world has ever seen. Just like the ancient Silk Road, but faster, deeper, and digital. China's building high-speed trains from China to Europe, shipping ports in Sri Lanka and Greece, roads through Pakistan and Central Asia, bridges and power plants in Africa. And it's not just construction, it's control over trade, over shipping and resources. Basically, there are two parts. The belt is land routes, trains and roads going through Asia and Europe, and the road is the sea path, shipping routes from China to Africa and Europe. China's building ports in Sri Lanka, railways in Kenya, power plants in Pakistan, and highways through Central Asia, and in return, it gains access to new markets and stronger ties with each country. Many countries can't afford to build this kind of infrastructure on their own, so they borrow from China, but they can't repay, and that's when China gains control. Like in Sri Lanka, where a major port was handed over a 99-year lease. Critics call it debt trap diplomacy. China calls it development. And this way there is a second Silk Road, less visible but just as powerful, the digital Silk Road. China is exporting its technology, 5G networks, cloud computing, smart cities, even satellite systems. It's not just building roads, it's wiring the world. That includes surveilling systems, facial recognition, mass data collection, sold to governments across Asia and Africa. And the West is watching closely. Some see it as economic aid, others as the foundation of a new China-led world order. The US and EU have responded with rival plans like the G7's Build Back Better world, but they're far behind. Because while other powers debate, China builds. And this isn't empire in the old sense. China isn't sending soldiers. Instead, it builds, it lends, and it waits. Through trade routes, ports, and technology, it's creating a world where more countries rely on China to survive and grow. It's soft power, backed by hard cash. Long ago, the Silk Road helped China become the center of world trade. Then it disappeared, and now it's back. But it's no longer just about silk or spices. It's about ports, power, data, and direction. And once again, whoever controls the road controls the future. So is this the start of a new golden age for global trade, or the quiet rise of a new world power? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear. The Silk Road is no longer ancient history. It's today's new strategy.